have you ever had those perfectly normal days? An ordinary day, like any other, which for Bahrain is a hot, sunny day with dusty winds blowing. The normal routine. But in that ordinary day, something so extraordinary happens. Something so unexpected that it leaves a mark deep on your heart. And you decide to carry it with you the rest of the days. Master of Ceremonies, ladies and gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening.
On the 1st of April 2014, I spent my whole day studying at the university for an exam that I had to give at 2 in the afternoon. Now, I had not studied for this exam at all because, you know, I'm a good student. It was an hour exam, and as soon as I got done with it, I rushed towards my car because I was so tired. And within minutes, I was on my way back home. It is usually a 20-minute drive from Sakir to Rifa. And as I was 5 minutes away from my house, I realized that I was going way too fast on that road. With that realization came another realization, that the car in front of me had slowed down. Now I hit the brakes as hard as I could. My car did stop. However, not where I wanted it to. It stopped after slightly bumping into the car in front of me. The driver of the car got out and spoke to me politely. Yet he looked a bit frustrated, and he said that he wanted to call the cops. Now believe me, I did not know what to do. It was my first time for an accident. And it happened within 4 months of getting the license. I was left with no choice but to call my parents. And I'm sure we all know how that goes. However, I did call my dad and told him everything that had taken place. And he remained calm and told me that he would come to where I was. As I waited in my car, I unfastened my seatbelt and turned the indicators on. 10 minutes barely passed by, and that is when the extraordinary struck. A bus, which was also going way too fast, came crashing into my car, which resulted in this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a picture taken right after the accident. And as you can see, there were 4 vehicles involved in that accident. It happened so fast that I don't remember anything besides holding on to the steering wheel. And the next thing I knew was that my car was no longer on the ground. Yep, my dream to fly did come true. Now as expected. A passerby rushed towards the scene and he opened the car's door and got me out. It was after I got out that I realized how close I was to death. I was this close to death. But I didn't cry or get emotional in any way. I just stood there, looked up to the sky, and all I could say was, thank you, God. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for giving me another chance to live. No one could believe that I got out of that accident without a scratch. They say I got lucky. But I don't think I got lucky. I believe that God protected me for a purpose. However, sometimes I can't help but wonder if that day had really been my last on this planet. Would my family remember me for all the pain that I've caused them? For all the uncooked food I made them eat? Or will they cherish the happy memories that we've shared? What have I done here that people remember me for? Did I leave a good influence on anyone? I believe that if I had really died on that day, I might have spent eternity in hell. Because, ladies and gentlemen, regardless of the faith we follow, we all have a set of rules or standards that we have to live up to. And I had not done that as a Christian. I believe that God protected me and gave me a second chance to live, to make things right. After the accident, I realized that life is way too short to be sad, angry, proud, and so on. I have decided to live the rest of my days like they're my last. I have decided to live a life that will make people wonder and say, there is something different in her. And I want to have that kind of happiness. I have decided to live for God, follow my faith, keep my parents happy, and fulfill each and every responsibility given to me. Ladies and gentlemen, every second that we live is a chance given to us from God to turn our lives around. And it is said that second chances are quite rare. So I just urge you to use your first ones wisely. Because you never know when the rest of your days are finally over.